Joining me now, Republican strategist, former chief of staff to Senator Mike Lee, and host of Inside Sources on KSL, Boyd Matheson. Boyd, what a morning. The Hunter Biden remarks had everybody off guard, and now Republicans responding. What do you make of what he said? Was this a smart strategy?
It's an interesting strategy because it actually shifts the focus from the deposition, which is very different from a committee hearing. You heard Representative Jordan talk about that, but it's a good strategy for Hunter Biden to say, hey, I just want this to be public. I want it to be transparent. That's a good message. That's a good line. I'm here. That's a good message. He's saying, I'm willing to cooperate and do that. But that's not actually the ask that's coming from Congress. And as Representative Jordan laid it out, it's actually about a deposition. And that's what happens in all of these kinds of investigations. You go behind closed doors and you actually have the deposition process. The difference is in a deposition, you have one person asking the questions. They're drilling down, they're getting sequenced, they're really diving into things in depth. In a hearing, you're ping-ponging back and forth between members on the Republican side and the Democratic side. And you often end up, as we've seen over and over again in any kind of hearing in Congress these days, nobody's listening. Everybody's making speeches. Everyone's looking for a social media moment. And so that's very different. Pretty easy for Hunter Biden to say, yeah, I'll go for that circus because nobody's buying into that. He doesn't want to have the harder questions, the specific questions, the relentless questions that everybody knows come in any deposition, whether it's in Congress or whether it's in the court of law.
Yeah, circus is a good way to categorize it. And Republicans say they have about 700 to 800 questions for Hunter Biden. What stood out to you about what he shared publicly?
You know, I do think it's accurate to say he did go into that raw space, and I think that was very smart, and I think it was very real and very genuine. I think he understands that, and he was able to lay that out. I thought it was interesting he got into a little bit of his pedigree and his university degrees, and I thought that got a little extraneous. But I do think it's interesting, though, as he went through that and as he talked about his addiction and bad mistakes and so on, he also failed to get to the one real crucial point, and that is the absolute predictability of consequences. And this is the consequences portion of the program. I cheer every single person who has battled addiction and has come out on top. And we should do that for Hunter Biden, for the president and Mrs. Biden. That's a win extraordinary. It has ripple impacts for generations. So we should all applaud that. At the same time, absolute predictability of consequences. These are consequences. And so going through this process is part of that. And I think at some point, whether it's by the Congress filing contempt charges, again, that's going to take some time. That would get into the new year for sure. And whether that would ever turn into kind of the maximum, which would be a year in prison and a $100,000 fine, I don't see that ever going anywhere in particular.
Right, which gets me to my next question, kind of the intersection of these two things happening alongside one another. So the ball right now is in the House's court, right? They have to decide how they proceed with contempt. How does that impact, if at all, today's vote and the inquiry into impeachment?
Yeah, I think it may galvanize some of those Republicans who maybe were on the fence or wobbling a little bit to say, okay, wait a minute, they've come up, meaning Hunter Biden and company, have come up with the strategy. That means we really do need to go down this process. And I think it's worth noting, Marnie, that the reason they're having this vote today is because of a November 17th memo that went to Congress from the special counsel to the president. Saying we're not going to provide all of these documents and all of these requests you've made because there's been no authorized formal inquiry. And so it hadn't been ratified or done in Congress. And so that's why they're doing this, is because the White House didn't want to cooperate. So they were slow walking and even stonewalling a little bit on the release of some of those documents or testimonies. And so part of this is also the inevitability of those consequences of, if you say, well, we're not doing it because you haven't formalized it, the Republicans are saying, well, then we'll formalize it. And that's what's happening today. I think it's also really important to note, Marnie, as we look at who really wins out of all of this, the people who are winning out of this, besides those who raised a lot of campaign money off it, the real winners of what's happening in Washington as it relates to potential impeachment proceedings is President Xi of China, Vladimir Putin, and the regime in Iran. Because if we have one sitting president who's dealing with impeachment proceedings and another former president and a lead candidate for the Republicans in criminal court, that means nobody's really minding the store, and that's a good day for dictators. It's really bad for our allies in Israel and Ukraine and in Taiwan.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.